Did you watch The Last Dance?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it with great fascination, and I watched it with great disappointment.
Because you heard a lot of the guys chime in and say, well, Isiah did it to himself, and nobody wanted to play with Isiah. But I've heard so many of these other players say, you don't have to be the best of friends if the common goal is about winning. Well, the common goal was about winning the gold medal. Well, if the common goal is about winning the gold medal, who cares if you're best friend with Isiah?
Hey, you know what? I agree with you.
I'm just using what they, Isiah, I'm just using what they say. They say you do not have to be best friends with a teammate. You don't have to go out to dinner. We don't have to go to the movies. We ain't got to bring our wives and kids together. All we're trying to do is win a title. So you mean to tell me, even though you might not have liked Isiah, you couldn't set that aside to win a gold medal? So now it matters if you get along. Whereas before, you're telling me as long as you win a championship, because it's hard for me to believe. I know I played a team sport. Everybody on a 53-man roster ain't friends, and they ain't friendly. So this notion that you need to be best of friends, hold on, y'all ain't like y'all all hanging out. Oh, you know, we going overseas, and so everybody's out every night together. I'm sure you're going to have your wife and kids. Y'all probably would have been touring Barcelona and doing your thing, just like everybody else was doing their thing. That's one of the problems that I have, because I followed the game for a long, long time, Isiah. And I say, I don't care what y'all tell me. Isiah was one of the 12 best players in the NBA at the time. Well, he ain't the all-time assist leader. I say John Stockton wasn't at that time either. He became that. I'm talking about at that moment when they're making that selection, Isiah Thomas was one of the best players. And you can't convince me otherwise. His resume says so. But they let personal feelings get involved in this, Isiah.
Well, after watching Last Dance, it just, you know, and we won't dance around it here.
Oh, well, let's don't dance around it then. Let's get to it.
It seems like there was only one person that had a problem with it.
Right.
And that was Jordan. Now, I didn't, at that time, I didn't realize, and even until I watched The Last Dance, I didn't realize that he felt the way he felt about me. Because again, Shannon, I had never had no bad words with him or anything like that. We played, you know, his team won and my team won. We went home, they went home.
Right.
Again, we didn't have the internet, and as you can see, what I saw in terms of the Chicago Bulls, you know, all nightlife wasn't as good as that. So we were, we weren't, that's not how we and I got down, you know.
Right.
So and when I look at that dream team, right, we knew each other, but the only person that I really knew on the dream team was Magic, in terms of a personal relationship. Because again, you know, I was in school, you know, I was married, I was doing my thing. I wasn't hanging out like trying to be friends and all that stuff.
Right. So there's nothing. So you believe, I mean, after watching that the one guy that had a problem with you was the reason that you weren't on the team.
I'm just going by what he said. I mean, that's what the tape said. That's what he said. And that's, you know, and
you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button to become an official member of Club Shay Shay, where we always do something for two something.